Hello, I am Isidoros Parlamas, and today it is the 8th of October. Yesterday, on the 7th of October, the Palestinians invaded Israel. So I want to share my thoughts with you on that. Before Islam appeared, the Arabs were the people who spread the ancient classic Greek civilization to Europe and beyond. And after Islam, the Arabs sank in perpetual ignorance until today. So yesterday I noticed that the Palestinians who invaded Israel were in flip-flops. And of course we all know that in every single Muslim country today, the citizens have very low education, if at all. Their ideas are not clear, confusion reigns, and of course corruption reigns, political corruption. They're all dictators or very weak parliamentarian systems. And the state inflicts a lot of damage on its citizenry. Like they are oppressed systematically, they are imprisoned, they are executed in public view, they are tortured and raped in prisons, and they are kept in ignorance and in the dark. That's the situation in today's Muslim countries. I'm talking about the vast majority of the population. So now, on the other side, Israel is considered to be a very advanced society. The people are well educated. They are considered very good businessmen. They are considered very good scientists. A lot of good scientists today are Jewish or of Jewish origin, and still they have lost the ethical advantage they had after the Holocaust. They have squandered that advantage because they have systematically sought not to create prosperity and love for the Palestinians, but to create more misery for them. Over the years, they have invested trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars in defense. Defense against who? Against barefoot people, against ignorant people, against helpless people. Yes, we saw them yesterday. We saw the Palestinians yesterday invading Israel barefoot or in flip-flops. So this is a pretext. Investing so much money in defense is a pretext to make money out of it. A very big percentage of the money invested in defense, which means buying weapon systems, goes into the pockets of the deep Israeli state, goes into the pockets of corrupt so-called politicians, in corrupt political parties, in corrupt Knesset members. And that's why they keep investing and investing and investing, because they keep making money and money and money. What they have shown is short-sightedness. I'm talking about the political Israeli elite. I'm not talking about the citizens of Israel in general. I'm not talking about the Jews in general. And they inevitably, their attitude towards the Palestinians shows that they are equally in darkness as the Palestinians, as the Arabs, because they have failed to see that if they really wanted prosperity and security for their own citizens, then they would have invested in quality of life for Palestinians. For a fraction of the money that they have invested in so-called defense, they would have been able to build new cities from scratch with good power grid, with a good water supply, with good irrigation, good hospitals, and that would have decidedly marginalized all the extreme elements of Palestinians and Arabs and Iranians. The Iranian state would not have been able to impose its will on a Palestine which would enjoy such a quality of life. This is simple, straightforward logic. It's not too difficult to understand. They know it, but it's the choice of the deep Israeli political elite to create misery and oppression for the Palestinians, thus allowing extremists and the Iranians and also the Turkish state today and others to capitalize on the Palestinians' misery and take advantage and create a chaos. So there's a lot of hypocrisy here on the Israelis' side. They pretend to care about their own citizens, yet yesterday we saw them being dragged, women, soldiers, and beaten. They pull them by the hair, and of course we all know what's going to follow. Women, and not just women, have been raped and will be raped, and they will be tortured, they will be humiliated. That's what all those trillions manage to accomplish for the security of Israel. If Israel wants to be secure, it's very simple. All they have to do is create prosperity and love for the Palestinians. And in that way, they would gain their trust, and they would gain their love and their friendship, because we all know that violence comes from deprivation, comes from humiliation. That's what stokes hatred. Humiliation stokes hatred, deprivation stokes hatred, injustice stokes hatred, and it's really odd that all those things come from the Israelis, who have suffered and know what humiliation is, and know what deprivation is, because they have suffered the Holocaust. So I'm saying all this for the Israelis to hear and to know that they have to think straight. They should not confuse technology for civilization, because the level of civilization is not determined by technology, it is determined by ethics. So I don't see any civilization in Israel today, and of course I don't see any civilization in the Muslim countries today. But it's ironic that the Israelis have chosen to fall so low and be at the par, ethically speaking, with the Muslim world. One would have expected much more from them. They had this ethical advantage after the Holocaust. They have squandered it, but it's never too late to show that there is a difference between the Israeli mentality, the Israeli ethos, and it is really unlike the Israeli history to behave like this so hypocritically, not only against the Arabs, against their own Jewish citizenry, because that's what's happening. The political elite is playing both the Jewish and the Arabs. They're playing a game against both of those people. And they will never have security if they keep on committing injustices. And justice has a very persistent way of finding a balance. You cannot escape justice, because it's as if justice were as if there is a separate set of DNA, an ethical DNA in all of us. And whenever that ethical DNA is damaged, we get sick and we suffer the consequences. Just as when we do suffer the consequences when our regular DNA gets damaged and we get cancers and we get allergies. It is as if there is another parallel justice DNA. And when it gets damaged because we get unethical and because we get too greedy and too hypocritical, then this gets back at us. That's how it is. You cannot escape that. So this is for the Israeli citizenry to ponder and think and understand what is in their interest. They should never have voted for leaders like Netanyahu, who really are ignorant, ethically speaking. They don't have an ethical compass in them. They don't. And of course, as I said before, it goes without saying that the situation in all Muslim countries today is desperate, and really they are the top on the corruption scale. And I feel sorry for the citizens of the Muslim countries, and I equally feel sorry for the citizens of Israel, and I feel sorry for the citizens of most countries on earth, because corruption rates in most countries of earth save a handful of countries like the Scandinavian countries. So that's what I wanted to say.